Welcome to Rutgers, everyone, for today's news conference. My name is Jason Baum, Senior Associate AD for Communications here at Rutgers. Speaking at the podium today will be Rutgers University President Robert Barchi, Director of Athletics Tim Pernetti, and Big Ten Commissioner Jim Delaney. Following the opening comments by each individual, we will begin the Q&A portion of the news conference. I just ask if you can, please wait for the wireless mic and state your name and media affiliation before asking a question. Ladies and gentlemen, Rutgers University President Robert Barchi.
Well, thank you. As you heard, my name is Bob Barchi, and I'm president of Rutgers University. And I want to tell you today, on behalf of the Board of Governors of our university, that I have the great pleasure to announce that earlier this afternoon, the Big Ten Council of Presidents and Chancellors voted unanimously to accept the application of the Rutgers Scarlet Knights to join the Big Ten in all sports. We're really very excited and very proud here at Rutgers. The Big Ten is really where Rutgers belongs. This is not just a good fit for us athletically, it's a good fit for us academically and as an institution. We feel that the Big Ten really represents our academic peers. Most of the Big Ten are large, research-intensive, land-grant universities, and we share a common mission, common goal, common commitments to our state. We serve a similar kind of student, a student that's interested in the benefits of a research university. And we share some of the same kinds of problems. It's exactly the right conference for Rutgers. Now, I've said that athletics can be an excellent marketing tool and can provide a window for a university into its academic programs and accomplishments. And from my point of view, no other conference makes that connection more strongly than the Big Ten. It's a respected brand that locks right in on the Rutgers brand. Now, as you know, Rutgers has a strong focus on academic success as well as on athletic success. And we have been solidly committed to integrity in all of our programs. In fact, 6 of our teams have 100% graduation rates, and our football program has finished in the top 10 for the academic progress rate 5 years running. That's something that no other state university in the BCS has done. We are really proud of this reputation, and we are delighted to be able to bring this reputation to the Big Ten. We see tremendous opportunities for Rutgers in the Big Ten, great competition for our student athletes, great competition for our fans and our alumni, but also new avenues for revenue that can stabilize our programs, and most importantly to me, new and exciting academic collaborations. All the current Big Ten institutions, along with the University of Chicago, are members of the Committee on Institutional Cooperation. It's a consortium of world-class research universities that work together to advance their academic mission. We see this as an extraordinary benefit. We bring some particularly unique research support enterprises to this organization, and we look forward to extending the collaborations that we already have with Big Ten faculty members and building on those to really strengthen our collaborative interactions. So at this point, I want to turn the program over to our remarkable athletic director, Tim Pernetti. And I have to tell you, it has been just such a pleasure to work with Tim since I walked onto this campus. A pleasure because we share the same commitment, not just to athletics, but also to academics and integrity. I know that Tim and I are arm in arm, shoulder in shoulder in our commitment to these 3 areas, that we have the same vision for the program and for the university. And I'm just so proud to be with him today and to share this announcement. So let me turn things over right now to Tim.
Good to see everybody today. I want to start by thanking, and we have certain members here today, our Board of Governors, and all of our boards and committees have participated in this process to get us to this point for their support. To President Barchi, I'd echo the sentiment. To have the ability to move as expeditiously as we did in this process, it couldn't have happened without a president that sees things the same way we see them and understands the value of the institution and all the things that we can bring. So, Bob, we really appreciate everything you're doing for Rutgers. To the Big Ten presidents, we want to be Also acknowledging all their support and what they've done to accept us as a new member. And to Commissioner Delaney, who years ago when I was a young nobody in television had the pleasure to meet and developed a relationship with for several years. And Jim, welcome back to New Jersey.
Thank you.
Last few people I want to thank is certainly the Big East Conference. You know, the Big East Conference was a tremendous home for Rutgers. Gave us the opportunity to build our program, and there are a lot of great people in the Big East Conference that gave us that opportunity, and for that, we're appreciative. Our coaches that are here today, our student athletes that work hard every day, I can't say it enough, and I know I probably don't say it enough publicly, but I know how hard you work, I know how much you do, and we appreciate everything you do, and this is as much about providing you all the resources you need to be successful as it is anybody. And last, to our fans, I just say thank you for having the faith in this administration. I know I said it over and over again that we would figure out a way to be well positioned, and today we are well positioned for a long, long time. It's a transformative day for Rutgers University, and transformative in so many ways. The Big Ten Conference is the ultimate academic neighborhood to live in. And we're now in that neighborhood with like-minded institutions, peer schools. This is not just about collaboration on the fields of play. This is about collaboration at every level. The perspective the Big Ten institutions have, the balance between academics and athletics, proving over decades and decades that athletics at the highest level and academics at the highest level can coexist. It's the perfect place for Rutgers. For athletics, the Big Ten Conference is the model. It's the ultimate. It's ahead of the curve, and it's set the bar in so many areas. What this means for us is it means stability in an unstable time. It's secured our future as an athletics program and a university. It's given us great access to so many things competitively, including the new postseason in football, which is a critical piece to our success going forward. Financially, the Big Ten provides the financial resources that Rutgers will need to be able to move our program forward, to provide our coaches and student athletes with the ultimate experience. And the last but not least, as an old TV guy, I would tell you in 2007, the Big Ten was ahead of the curve when they developed the Big Ten Network. It is now being emulated by everybody all over the country in professional and college sports. But for all of our sports, this will provide the ultimate platform of exposure, which not only helps build the brand of this great university, but also helps to recruit and bring good people to Rutgers University, which is always our daily goal. This relationship, and that's exactly what it is, it's a relationship. You might write about what Rutgers will get from the Big Ten, and I'll tell you all today, this relationship is the perfect storm of relationships. Our job starting today at Rutgers is going to be to help create new value for the Big Ten Conference, to bring new things to the party that's going to help further this conference as the greatest conference in college sports. Together, we have a great opportunity to set the bar. And we're really, really excited to be here today. We're looking forward to everything that the future holds for Rutgers and our new colleagues in the Big Ten Conference. And with that, I'll turn it over to Commissioner Delaney. Thank you very much.
Thank you. It's great to be back home. I left here in 1966 to go to school in Chapel Hill. Got sisters and brothers who are still living here. My mom and dad lived here until they passed, and so I would only come back to visit. But it's full circle for me to be back here today to, on behalf of our presidents and chancellors, acknowledge their unanimous and enthusiastic acceptance of Rutgers' application to join the Big Ten Conference. And so on a professional level and a personal level, it's very meaningful to me. A lot of you are probably looking at my R. You know, I'm a partisan on certain days, and today I'm all Rutgers. Yesterday I was all Maryland. When I go back home, I'll be a nonpartisan, at least for the remainder of the football season. You might think I'm a little colorblind with my colors here, but this is in recognition of St. Benedict's Prep, where I went to school, where my father went to school, and where my grandfather went to school, as well as my cousins. So I want to have a shout out to St. Benedict's Prep that does a phenomenal job in Newark, New Jersey. Let me just say a little bit about this partnership, how it came to be. There's been a lot of change and turmoil in intercollegiate athletics over the last decade. The Big Ten is in its 117th football season, so we've been around the block for a while. I think we're noted for our traditions and our partnerships. And to be honest with you, we're slow to change in some regards, but also hopefully pivot towards opportunities when they present themselves. And so 22 or 23 years ago, Penn State became a member of the Big Ten, and we pretty much stayed with 11 institutions for 2 decades. And you know, what does 11 mean? I don't know what it means. It's not an easy number to schedule around. It's a prime number, and beyond that, I'm not sure it's a great number to build structure around, but we were very comfortable with that number. But as times change and evolve, college athletics grew slightly larger, and most of them you know, developed into 12-team conferences, 12 institutions. And you know, a couple years ago, we decided to look. In that process of looking, you know, we found a great partner in Nebraska, and the fit has been comfortable. At the time, conferences started looking at more than 12 members. You know, our response to that was to try to establish a collaboration with the Pac-12 conference, and to get some of the benefits of expansion without really going beyond, because we really thought that conferences are best that play each other most, and to build those traditions and build those experiences and build those rivalries. And if anything, I think the partnerships in the Midwestern part of the country have been predicated on repetition, have joint experiences, joint markets, and that worked for well for us. That wasn't possible. But what we saw happening around us was most of the major conferences moving out of their historic boundaries. And you know, we thought that we needed to at least be aware of what the potential was. And as we looked around our neighborhood and out of our neighborhood, we recognized that Rutgers was not only a great institution, but was an institution that we had a lot in common with, and we wanted to reach out. Tim and I have known each other for probably 15 or 20 years. And in the last round, we got to know each other a little bit better. And while we stopped at Nebraska, we looked at a larger structures. He said, let's just keep in contact. Let's just keep talking. I said, yeah, you keep me informed. I will keep you informed. And so there was no real beginning to this conversation. This is a conversation that's played out over 3 or 4 years. Me keeping him apprised of how we were thinking, and him keeping me apprised of how Rutgers was thinking. So at a certain point, Bob came to the table. We were able to really discuss what their dreams were, what their vision was. We were able to talk about what we were trying to accomplish. And our presidents authorized what I would describe as an initiative to take Penn State, use it as a bridge into the East. And so the net result was we had conversations with the University of Maryland, we had conversations with Rutgers, and that's essentially where we were focused. And if we could achieve that, we thought that our future was not only in our region, but also in the Eastern, Mid-Atlantic region. And basically that's what's come to be. Our people are really excited about it. We're not asking that New Jersey move to the Midwest. We're going to move to the East so that you can be yourselves, we can be ourselves, and together join a partnership, so that both partners, you know, enhance each other. Somebody says, what does Rutgers bring? Rutgers brings an incredible amount of commonality on the research side, on the undergraduate side, and what they bring to the Big Ten is the possibility of building a presence, an awareness. And to me, it's not just Rutgers, it's Rutgers and Northwestern, it's Rutgers and Michigan, it's Rutgers and Ohio State. But importantly, I don't think you can do this with one institution. I think it's got to be Rutgers and Maryland, Rutgers and Penn State and Ohio State and Iowa and Wisconsin together. And if anything is going to bring stability to all of us, it's successful partnerships. The partnership with the Rose Bowl goes back to 1903. The partnerships that we have throughout the bowl systems in Texas and in Florida are important. The CIC is important, really important. It's the only foundational interaction among all conference members in any collegiate conference in the country. Our provosts meet regularly and they engage in all sorts of collaboration. That's critical. I think the Big Ten Network represents an effort of partners. We've got a joint venture partner in Fox, and when we went to the table to try to resolve it, there were a lot of questions. How do you get into this business and maintain your values? Well, you find a partner who believes in what you're trying to achieve. That means an equal number of events for men, an equal number of events for women. It means no alcohol advertising. They are a partner that has helped us get into 92 million homes nationally. So there are only 8 million cable homes in the country that can't access it. And what we're going to do is attempt to take all of these partnerships and all of these member institutions on the academic, athletic, and commercial side to bring them together to enhance everybody's position in intercollegiate athletics and higher education. So welcome, Rutgers. We're excited as we could be. There's great enthusiasm by our athletic directors and presidents in a unanimous way to welcome Rutgers into the Big Ten Conference. Thank you very much.
Again, media members, if you could just raise your hand, wait for the microphone, and just state your name and affiliation prior to asking a question.
Tim, Keith Sargent from the Home News Tribune. Can you just give us a timeline on when it really got serious?
Well, as Jim said, Keith, this has been an ongoing for years, and that's just not this discussion, but the relationship. As you and I have talked, it's all about relationships in our business. But let's say over the past several weeks, I started to engage at a little bit more on a serious level. And as I said, the beauty of this place is President Barchi's done a great job coming in and resetting the vision of the university. And what that's done is it's gotten a lot of our key constituents together, marching in line towards a common goal already. And we needed to move quickly on this, but we were ready to do that. We had all the key people involved and informed, and Bob's leadership really helped us get it to that point very, very quickly, because the timeline, as Jim would probably